The gloves are off, the heels are on. It's Let Me Finish with Emmy Award-winning sports reporter Suzy Shuster and senior West Coast editor of Vanity Fair, Krista Smith. It's not easy to get a word in edgewise, but they'll try. And now, here's Krista and Suzy.
The vuvuzelas are going wild here inside the room. Thanks for joining us for Let Me Finish. That's scary.
That was impressive. That's 7th grade band practice for you.
I'm Suzy Shuster. I have an app that actually plays a vuvuzela, and I called the Lakers winning the NBA championship in 7 games.
And I'm Krista Smith, and here's what I love about sports: Kobe Bryant and Landon Donovan.
So much to talk about. Of course, we are going to talk about the NBA Finals and how the Celtics to the Lakers after having a strong 3 quarters in the game. Of course, the Lakers went on to win it for a 2-peat. Soon there will be a 3-peat should Phil Jackson et al. Come back, says Kobe Bryant, says the vuvuzela.
Yes.
But of course, the best part of the night was the Ron Artest Woody Allen impersonation.
Well, there may have been looting last night in downtown Los Angeles after the championship, but there certainly was real looting going on in Joburg this morning when the Americans got their 3rd goal, which would have meant they would have beaten Slovenia instead of come up with a draw. But we will talk about that ad nauseum a little bit later on in the show.
And most importantly, a breakdown that you will see nowhere else. We're going to break down the World Cup's handsomest men. We're going to see which country best represents an American. We mean personality.
Yeah.
Because, of course, that's really what there is to play. And then after that comes a little cheat sheet.
Our best. It wouldn't be Let Me Finish if we didn't have our cheat sheet, which lets you know which games are important this weekend and what you want to watch, and also our favorite segment, Things We Love.
But, of course, we will start with the NBA Finals. And the game, of course, came down to the 4th quarter, but the Lakers were able to take away that championship from the Celtics to the tune of 83-79. And it was a strange game. It felt like a Celtics win much through 3 quarters. And, Krista, it was crazy. I think the Celtics just got tired. I think that's really what happened without Kendrick Perkins and some of the other guys.
My biggest fear was that it was going to be a situation where you're watching, you could hear pin drop, started off high, and then all of a sudden the Celtics just took over. They just took over. Kobe, I thought, this can't be real. I'm not watching this. He was playing terrible. Hitting the rim, you're like, is he even looking where he's going? And everyone was playing really, really poorly. And the Celtics just kept hammering and hammering. I think at one point there was a 13-point lead, and the entire Staples Center was just completely quiet. I thought, this is it. They're actually going to take this game.
But here's why Kobe Bryant is a 2-time MVP.
But this is the other thing.
Excuse me, let me finish. I'm making a point here. He's a 2-time MVP because he went to the boards. He attacked the boards, 15 boards last night. He ended up with 23 points in the night, 6 of 24, 0 for 6 from 3-point. 0 for 6 from 3-point. That's crazy. 11 of his 15 came at the line.
You can say that.
But Krista, let me finish. The whole point is that the reason why the guy's a champion is when he's not shooting the ball, he goes to other places.
There's no doubt that Kobe Bryant is a champion. There's no doubt that he's the greatest basketball player today, okay? All right, LeBron James, that's another conversation. But the greatest basketball, let me finish.
Okay, that's ridiculous.
Let me finish. But the Lakers would have not won that game if they had not had 2 things happen: Derek Fisher and Ron Artest. And when Ron Artest scored that 3-pointer, okay, that changed the game, not only on the scoreboard, but suddenly the stadium, Staples Center, 30,000, however many people at home, exploded. And at that moment, even though the game was tied, there was no way the Celtics are ever going to come back from that. And that's when we talk about what a season is about, getting home field advantage or home court advantage. That's what won them the series. That's what won them Game 7, because it was neck and neck. And our little Rondo scored 3 points. They were really close. If he had scored again, it would have been tied. But there's no way you come back when everyone is on their feet in Staples Center.
And your boy Rasheed Wallace fouled out.
Let me not finish. And Ron Artest gave that to them. On the flip side, my heart breaks for the Celtics because I look at that and they played their heart out. It was a street fight out there. They gave everything they had. The one guy's on the bench. That's got to feel terrible. But in a way, it was a blessing in disguise for the Celtics because they have Rasheed Wallace, as I know, I've said this before on the show, one of my favorites.
This is a big reason why they lost. You cannot win when Ray Allen.
Let me finish.
God,
One
ever?
second about Rashid. Here's the problem about Rashid. Ready? There was nothing. He delivered for them on defense, and he scored for them.
Your boy, Rasheed Wallace, by the way, apparently stalked the refs after the game. He had to be taken away. He went after it. Sounds like he went after veteran ref Joey Crawford. He's always had a strange relationship with the refs. Shocking he'd have a strange relationship with anyone. But actually, you know, it's funny that this may have been Rasheed's last night playing. He is tempted to retire.
Yeah.
But of course, it just so figures that the last night he plays, he would stand outside of the refs' locker room and have to be taken away, wanting to have a conversation.
You're a hater. You hate on Rashid.
Do you think you hate on Rashid? Thanks, you guys. Have a great summer. I'm sure that's what you wanted to say.
It's Game 7. This is the biggest rivalry in the history of the NBA.
I don't hate on Rasheed Wallace. I love on Ray Allen, and I'll tell you why. I think the guy's a great player. I wonder if he's going to come back to the Celtics. I wonder if Doc Rivers will come back to the Celtics. But when Ray Allen, who's been around the league for 9,000 years, when he just scores 13, you can't have one of the most prolific scorers in the NBA.
He needed to show up for them.
You can't just shoot from the line. There's got to be more.
And also the other thing that was fascinating to me in watching that early part of the game, or really not even early part, the first 3 quarters, let's be honest. Kobe was just like missing. It was like he was on Sudafed or something. What's going on? Is he have a head cold?
No, it wasn't like he was on Sudafed.
But here's the thing for me, and this is, we're going to tie it back into what is so critical about sports. Kobe Bryant, if he loses this game, home court, Game 7, against the Celtics. One, he's got 4. He carries the number 24 because it's one more than Jordan, right? If he loses on his home court, that's it. That's his legacy. His legacy is that he lost against the Celtics.
This is like some actor making a bad movie.
He had to. It's bigger than that. To me, it's bigger than that. It's in the obituary when you're reading about him. You know, hopefully 100 years from now, you read about that. They're going to talk about how he lost. He had no choice but to win. But the important thing here is it's great how the Celtics became a team.
After the game, he was talking with Hannah Storm on ESPN, and he was joking around about Shaquille O'Neal. And he said, the best thing about tonight is that I have one more ring than Shaquille. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not. And let's face it, he's not kidding because I covered all 3 of those championships, and I know what it was like with the 2 of them. I know the years after. I know the hugs and kisses afterwards. Let's face it, though. Kobe Bryant is one of the most competitive people on the planet, and he loves the fact that he's got more rings than Shaq. And you know what? At this point, he deserves it. Well,
Can we talk about a Kardashian?
How about the sightings
last night? Kardashians, huh? They were great. Kim in front. I'm telling you. The camera for her, everywhere you look at these pictures, and there's Kim. Look at that.
And by the way, she always seems to know where they are.
Than her?
That's crazy. Can I tell you, I went to the pediatrician's office yesterday, and there was, is it Chloe with the kid? A camera crew with 12 people at my pediatrician's office, and I'm trying to bring my kid in. I was like, ugh, really?
It's time to switch pediatricians.
Do you think? Maybe, I love my pediatrician more than life itself. How about maybe she could not bring a camera crew to your pediatrician, sweetie? I don't know.
Great.
But I digress. I love the Ron Artest moments. I think Ron Artest was the most popular guy to hate from time to time here in LA. People love to dog him, and then they love to embrace him.
Look at this guy. He went from strangling someone.
Well, yeah, this is back
to you look at him. He was
back in the fist fight days, right?
To a champion. And here's the thing: he came through when he was needed. There's no greater victory, I don't think, as an athlete to come through when you're most needed.
And he's a great example for the pharmaceutical industry. we got a clip.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna roll this.
I definitely want to thank my doctor, Dr. Suzy, my psychiatrist. She really helped me relax a lot. Thank you so much. It's so difficult to play. All this fun. There's so much commotion going on in the playoffs, and she helped me relax. I thank you so much.
I mean, that's fantastic.
What is better than a guy thinking his shrink?
And I want to say thank you for the lithium, and thanks a lot for all those downers, because I could really focus.
That's great.
By the way, Woody Allen, are you watching this? He's neurotic. Cast him. Can you let me finish? I'm going to rant here.
All right,
I mean, the fact of the matter is that is fantastic, and that's so LA. It's almost neurotic New York too. But I mean, when do you ever hear a guy thanking his shrink? I love that.
Never. And by the way, 99.9% of all Oscar speeches they could thank the shrink, but that never comes up.
Why do they never? Why don't they ever think that?
No, it's great. I love them. I love Ron Artest. I'm thrilled for them. Thrilled for the Lakers.
Half the time they don't even thank their significant others when they win an Academy Award.
Can we run some more celebs though? Because I'm just a little bored right now for 1 second.
All right. What do you got?
Jack.
Is this Jack's son?
Yeah, I think that must be Raymond. I don't know if we have to fact check that, but I think it is.
Okay.
Okay. This is possibly the best. Jake Gyllenhaal, dogged by gay rumors since he did Brokeback Mountain with Heath Ledger. Great performances. Oh, he's gay. A lot of it wishful thinking. Well, now for sure we know. There it is.
Unless it was like I like her jeans. Maybe
Yeah,
I
I
could wear
don't
those
think
at
so.
drag
This
night.
doesn't really seem like I like her jeans, but that's pretty good.
Right. She's got a nice tush. I got so much better tushes coming up in this show. I'm not even going to worry about this one.
All right, can we talk about World Cup yet, or we still want to talk about the Lakers a little bit?
I think we can say now that the Lakers have gone on two-peat. We'll see what happens if Phil Jackson comes back next year. We'll see what happens if Derek Fisher comes back next year. He's the free agent, of course, on the team. Everyone else is pretty much re-signed. But yes, we can move on
Well,
to
what happens
the World
to,
Cup.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead.
No, please take your thought.
I just want to know, since we're on basketball for one more minute, we won't be talking about it until next week when we start talking about LeBron. What do you think is going to happen to Boston? Do you think that team gets rebuilt? Do you think Doc leaves? What do you think happens?
I don't know. I think this is so interesting. I think Doc really wants to see his kids grow up, and you never hear that out of a coach. You never hear a coach who's on top of the world say, I want to leave to watch my kids and watch them actually play. My gut is that they come back and just try one more time. But I don't know. I think Ray Allen really had a tough finals, and I think when it comes time to spending the money, I wonder how the Celtics ownership will feel. I feel stronger about the idea of them re-signing Doc than I do Ray. You?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's hard to walk away from that job, but I think you only get one chance to see your kids grow up. I really do. And
yeah, but most people don't even think of that.
But I also think that team is going to, I think that they're going to disintegrate to a certain point. Does Garnett come back? Do they all come back? Like, they're old. They've been talking about that all season. Basically, everyone, for the most part, was surprised they got into the finals. Right. I mean, that's what all the squawk was about. It'll be very interesting summer.
You know who's not old? USA Soccer. How's
USA Soccer.
I mean, it sounds like the high holidays.
This, in case you have been living under a rock. How do you say it, Suzy?
The vuvuzela.
Vuvuzela.
It's the official horn of South Africa.
Incredibly annoying horn that has it filled the stadiums in South Africa to the point where they have to mute the noise on national television. You can't even hear them. There's been over 80,000 complaints on it. The players can't hear themselves. They've complained throughout the tournament. They can't communicate on the field. They're kind of becoming a nightmare, but you can't not have them because that's the beauty of the World Cup.
And I also like the whole IAP, so we don't have to share each other's spit. But that's just neither here nor there. But yes, the U.S. and Slovenia had a match this morning. It started early, 6:30 a.m. Pacific time, which is an ungodly hour. And it was an interesting match because the USA should have won it. They were rooked. They were behind.
They were not robbed.
Let me finish. It looked bad. It looked really bad because Slovenia was up 2-0.
Okay.
Wait, do you like that? 2-0. And it really looked like they were out.
Say the pitch again. I like when you say the pitch.
The pitch?
Yeah.
Do you like fevered pitch? What a cliche that is. So, I mean, they were up 2-0. And what happened was, first Landon Donovan came back, scored a goal, and then Michael Bradley, the son of the coach, scored a goal. And then it looked like they were going to go ahead and win it when this rookie ref.
Well, let's be honest here. Americans played horribly. Once again, in the beginning of the World Cup, they have not shown well. Okay?
No.
Last World Cup was dismal. This World Cup, they tie against England. They get the gift goal that makes it, that was a joke, okay, which gives them that tie. But this game, for the first half, they weren't even present. Nothing was going on. Slovenia already had beat them 2-0. In the history of the World Cup, no team has come back from 2-0. Immediately landed. I don't know what went on in that.
Maurice Edu right there?
Yeah, I don't know what happened in that locker room, but all I know is just like the NBA championships and just like the World Cup, athletes, your careers and your legacies are made in tiny personal moments. And I think when Landon Donovan came out of there in the top of the second half and he said, forget this is my last World Cup, this is it for me, I'm going out if we don't do something about this. And he took it into his own hands and he scored a miraculous goal. It was beautiful to watch. He didn't pass.
Do you know what happened when they scored the goal?
Yeah, what happened? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And suddenly they've got momentum. Off of that, he does another beautiful cross. That goes in. Suddenly, before you know it, we're at a 2-2 game, and they get a penalty. The thing that's crazy to me is they get a penalty. He kicks it off of that penalty. It goes in, and there's suddenly this mysterious foul. And the difference with soccer is you don't have to actually call it like a basketball. The foul's on Kobe. It just says a foul.
Here's the problem with soccer, though. This is ridiculous. You've got one guy here. Everybody else is on the sidelines. The other refs are on the sidelines. One guy there to call a foul. What are they, insane? How about replay? How about checking
Well, there's no replays. And here's the problem. It's not like
baseball.
Let me finish. It's not like baseball. So this guy isn't going to come out. He's from Timbuktu, literally. He's an African ref, but he's never coached in the World Cup, and nerves happen to refs too. Problem with the United States is they lost this game in the first half. Yes, they were robbed of this goal, but they lost that game. Moving forward on that, this guy made terrible calls the entire game.
Yeah, he was awful.
But, you know, the reffing is always part of it. It's like the Olympics and ice skating, the judging, the ref. You have to play better than the refs.
Well, the fact of the matter is, he should be embarrassed. This is a bad
terrible,
call.
And he won't apologize.
USA should have an extra point. This is crap. And here's the problem. Let me finish.
FIFA's like the Da Vinci Code.
Here's the problem, because when it comes down to England and Algeria and Slovenia in this Group C, it's all about points. This is why soccer's crazy. It's all about
crazy.
Points.
It's really simple. But the reality is that it's under the shroud of FIFA. They don't have to report anything. It's like the Da Vinci Code, okay?
Right.
That's what makes it a little bit different. There's no Olympic committee. There's no this. It's all under the shroud of what it is. So this referee might disappear. Exactly. Can we talk about some good news?
Let's just talk about some upsets.
Good news
is
that
let's talk about a couple upsets.
All right, let me finish.
Upsets. Oh.
This is the upsides. America will get through because they will beat Algeria. Algeria held England strong. If I was in England, I can't wait to read those newspapers.
Oh my
tomorrow.
God, Wayne Rooney?
What happened?
Where you been?
Like
fella?
the Americans, we know we're terrible. You know,
Right.
UK is supposed to be great, but my best upset so far is Mexico and France. So exciting being here in LA. This kid, Hernandez, okay, Javier Hernandez, just turned 22. 6 months ago, he was going to college, getting an accounting degree, living at home, trying to keep his room clean. Next thing he knows, he's in the World Cup, and he's put in the second half, and in 64 minutes, he scores a goal. Against France, it was 0-0, and he instantly becomes a hero. And the greatest part about this story, Susie, is that in 1954, his grandfather, also named Javier Hernandez, scored the only goal in the World Cup against France.
I really wish
it's
you'd refer to
exciting.
it as 0-0.
0-0?
I wish you'd get your vernacular
0-0.
correct.
Anyway, you can't even write this stuff. It's so great. Mexico beating France. This is what the World Cup is about. It would be the best story if Switzerland hadn't taken out Spain. Spain, who hasn't lost a match in 46 matches. And they lose to who? Switzerland? Gusten Gelson? Someone scored a goal. He never scored a goal his whole life. It's just fantastic.
Good chocolate, nice watches, bank accounts. Let's talk about something more interesting. I'm sorry, but you lost me after we left USA and England, but...
Go ahead.
Ricola! Let's talk about the men on the pitch. I mean, come on. Look, I've covered the NBA, the NFL, MLB, you name it. I appreciate a nice homegrown American, but let's face it, the hottest guys out there.
There's no Brett Favre. What are you talking about?
Okay. Let's leave out Brett Favre, because you know how I feel about Brett.
All right.
And my close relationship with him. But let's do our own little test here. Can we call up Ronaldo? Because I mean, come on.
Yeah, it doesn't
He's
get any
pretty.
better than that. You don't think he has gay face?
Gay face or game face?
Gay face.
Gay face. Well,
he does
I have
have
to say,
game
on the
face,
cover of
but-
Vanity Fair, careful in West Hollywood, Ronaldo. I mean,
he looks gorgeous.
His hair's done.
But he's playing Portugal. Here's the irony: Portugal, the great Drogba, who actually hold that up. These two guys, they played each other. Portugal and the Ivory Coast played each other, and it was just people were so excited. Nothing happened in the game. Can you show that picture of them?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Back. Wait a minute.
Drogba.
I'm trying to stencil here. Okay, hold on. See, then this. So this is like, okay, guys. So
in the pouring
here's
rain.
the X and
By
here's the
way,
Y's.
Suzy,
I could be doing like a. I could be doing like.
He's playing with a broken arm, by the way. You want to talk about your NFL softies? This guy's playing literally Drogba with a broken arm.
I was trying to telestrate.
Okay, sorry.
It was very exciting.
Here they are playing each other.
I actually like this because they both played in Premiere together, and now look at the two of them. They played hard against each other. It's all good. Let's do our own little test. Maybe if anybody is watching at home, they could vote for who they like the best in terms of hotness. But let's look at Ronaldo, of course, again one more time, just because he's pretty.
Yeah.
So okay.
What does he have in his pants? Is that his wallet? Is he playing with his? I mean, what is that?
Maybe just happy to see you.
Yeah. That's
all right. Next up is Tim Cahill of Australia.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They're terrible.
First of all, this looks like Marky Mark. I'm not into it. I'm not into the tabs right there. How about Oguchi Onyewu? Okay, come on.
Good, but the beard is really full now, which I don't like. But he's great.
It's itchy looking, so he's out. Next. Oh, what's he doing there?
I don't know. That's
crazy.
So weird.
I wonder why
is that
Beckham's
Wayne Rooney?
there.
Oh no, that's David Beckham.
Wayne Rooney's not cute. Okay, next up is Alexander Frey of Switzerland.
Yeah, Switzerland we have to pay attention to now for a little bit, until 10 more minutes.
It's got good bone structure right there. How about Nemanja Vidic?
He's okay.
No. He looks like an evil character in some James Bond movie. He looks like he's about to lose a fight with James Bond.
He's pretty cute.
Just think about if he capped his teeth with silver, it could be Jaws. You're right. How about Fabio Cannavaro?
Cute. I like some more hair.
Yeah, this looks a little waxed, I think. Yeah. All right. Lucas Podolski? Is it Chris Pine or is it Lucas Podolski?
Looks a little Aryan Nation.
Yeah, he's
Maybe
not
it's
my
just
favorite.
that photo.
Okay, it's Ricky Martin.
Oh, there he is.
There's Ricky Martin.
Gorgeous.
What was the name of the band he was in the 70s?
Menudo.
Menudo. It's Menudo. And then Thierry Henry of France.
Thierry Henry, I love Thierry Henry.
It's a little bit like
France is terrible, but he looks good. I can't. This is so funny. This is 21-year-old girls pick these guys.
Yeah.
We got to get in there. School them a little bit. Let them know what's important.
Don't joke. I think Tim Howard is hot.
Yeah.
How come he's not in here? How come Landon Donovan's not in here?
Landon Donovan's a little short, but he's a champion.
Landon Donovan's 5'5", so maybe that's not why he makes it.
He played like he was 6'5" today.
But this is important stuff. I mean, you cannot watch the World Cup without paying attention to this. My other favorite story of the week, of course, having to do with the World Cup. Did Spain lose because of a really hottie on the sidelines? A lot of rumors that Spain went down because one of their top players is dating this young lady who is a sideline reporter. And after the game, she said, "How did you screw this up?" That was her question to him, which, by the way, is just a great question.
But
a lot of people are concerned that she distracted him away from
girlfriends. Wags. That's what they're referred to as. It's great. The
other good story is your boy Robert Green, the goalie from Britain, from England, who led in that errant, ridiculous goal. He just broke up with the. Can we see the lingerie model? Yeah.
Well, I'd be letting that goal in too.
Isn't that Elin Nordegren?
Yeah.
That looks like Tiger's wife.
They all have a similar look.
They do. Should we go to the cheat sheet?
Yes.
That's your department.
All right, guys. The cheat sheet, Matt, we have it written. You didn't pull it up. Okay. So, cheat sheet. The most important game to watch in terms of World Cup is on Sunday, and it is going to be Brazil.
We're just going to leave her up for any of the men that are watching.
Brazil against the Ivory Coast. So you're going to get a little
telestrate.
Let me finish. Sorry. Did you want me to do it or not? This is also really good for hitting. Brazil against the Ivory Coast. It's going to be great. Drogba versus Kaká. Also, what about Tiger Woods?
Tiger Woods 3 over 74 on Thursday, 1 over 78 on Friday, 4 over 146 through 36 holes. Tiger is having troubles. He's 7 shots behind Graham McDonald right now.
Is it time for Things We Love?
Pebble Beach is looking really tough. So let's go to Things We Love. Krista, would you like to start?
Sure. All right. Back to World Cup. That's so funny. Is there anything better than actors on acting? Is there anything better than actors, really? We haven't done any entertainment so far, or not enough for me at any rate in this show. So here goes. North Korea had a rather strong showing in the stadium today in their fight against Argentina, and no one could figure out because they can't leave North Korea. So who are all these North Korean fans? Well, it turns out they're Chinese actors that North Korea sent over. They had 1,000 tickets to fill the stadium. I love it. Actors. You're acting as a fan. I wonder what the audition was like for that. It's kind of crazy. Anyway, the North Korea go.
I want to know if they get scale.
I don't know.
Do they get benefits?
I think maybe they just got the flight over.
Do they have to join DGA?
But it just makes the World Cup even that much more entertaining.
Do they get out of an internment camp just to come here and root for them?
Chinese. Well, the China, of course, didn't qualify for the World Cup. North Korea did, so I guess that's the consolation prize. I don't know. 1,000. All right. My other thing is the 12th player in this on the Argentina team is someone that is the most polarizing figure possibly in soccer. Managed to insult Pele and not take it back, actually, not apologize. Here's Maradona winning the World Cup in 1984 for Argentina, and I really hope that Argentina goes all the way just so we can see him.
And there's Fidel Castro.
Yeah, and his off hours, that's him. And then I don't know if you've seen any of this. This guy's Nessie. He's unbelievable. He's 22 years old, and Maradona is a god.
Who's 22 years old?
Nessie.
There's no way that guy's 22 years old. That's ridiculous.
He's 22 years old. He grew up with posters of Maradona on his wall, and they just might go all the way. I'd like to see it.
That guy is 45 years old if he's not.
Incredibly entertaining. This is him on the sidelines.
And that's not homoerotic at all.
Oh, it's great. Speaking of 5'4", he's about that height, but it's great. It's a lot of fun to see a coach. Could you imagine any of the football coaches doing that? That guy for
I can see Jim Tressel maybe from Ohio State being a little creepy, but that's okay. Can I have my favorite thing, please? It's Derek Fisher. Come on. How many more times? How many more times is Derek Fisher going to save a game? It was Derek Fisher's 3 last night that engineered the Lakers come from behind win. And let's face it, it's all about Derek Fisher. He took the guys aside. Beginning of the fourth quarter, said, guys, we've got 12 minutes left to play for this. The guys played for him. He's their co-captain. He did it. My God, he did it against, let me think, it was against San Antonio in what?
But how come this guy never gets an MVP?
Last year, let me finish. I'm almost done. Couple threes last year in the 2009 finals. It's always about Derek Fisher. He's always the guy, and here he is, 35 years old. He'll be a free agent July 1st. Come on, guys, just sign on the dotted line. Like, what more can Derek Fisher do for you and this country? He needs a Nobel Peace Prize.
But why doesn't he get an MVP?
Because he's like the best. He's like the best supporting actor. Kobe Bryant always wins Best Actor.
So basically, he's like Chris Cooper.
He is the Chris Cooper of the NBA.
Like, who is he? I mean, he is, right?
Yeah.
Like, always good, but never awarded? I mean,
yeah.
Okay.
Only he's not going to shoot his not gay son.
Who's the not gay?
American Beauty.
American Beauty, right.
How's that for weird? All right.
Speaking of gay.
Speaking of gay, thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
We're going to have so much more next week. We'll see you then on Let Me Finish.